Okay, looks like I am live. No Digicam today because I've got no Digimon that I'm currently raising because I'm about to do a whole bunch of testing, so I don't have anyone active. I've got a few. Well, I think you've already seen Dead Megadramon. There it is, and then Dead Pukumon now as well. This guy was hardy. I'm probably going to start this one back up at some point soon because it's a traded egg, and you don't waste traded eggs on the original Pendulum. Sensei Cereal, welcome back. And then actually I had to take the battery out of this guy. I was doing some testing, and I didn't feel like getting a battery from the drawer because this was right here. So, and then the Penzi is about to go back into testing for what I'm going to be doing. So, no Digimon being raised right now, so no camera. Showing off the Digimon. Welcome back, William Young. Welcome back, Uwu Ah. Um, so yeah, we had some exciting news today. I'll be talking about that as soon as the stream starts. I could talk about it now, but I'm going to wait until the appointed time because that's the rules that I've given to myself. Let's see. Is my Trello board even up to date with what I needed to do? What is this? Everything. Add that to the list page too. Wow, what a great checklist I've made here. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this up real quick while I'm here. So we'll say we'll keep everything actually. Everything actually is a good point, and add that to the list. Oh, actually, this is exactly everything. Okay, cool. No, this is correct. Add that to the list page is one of the things I need to do today. So leave that on there. VBDM charts, sprites with DMX. The chart updates I've made a little bit of progress for. These guys are done, and this guy's done. So we just got to update these two charts, and we're done with that. And we're gonna add a few more now. Add new Digimon to Gammamon chart. Add Gammamon evolution data to database and update Gammamon chart. Okay, so that's all need to be done because Gammamon's stuff just came out, and the rest of it we'll probably know on a day or two. I don't know any names yet though, so that's annoying. What do we still need to do over here? Is it just the manual? Create manual? Yeah, it's just the manual. So that's still being done by Flurp. William's using the Blizzard Fang dim right now. Very nice. One of my favorites. I like all the volume dims. The volumes 1 through 3. Volume 1, 0.5, I could take or leave. There's some good stuff on them, but 1 through 3 I very much enjoy, as well as the Dynasty of the Evil for that matter. But Blizzard Fang and Infinite Tide are definitely way up there. Okay, so I think that should be it for that. Did I have any? No, there was one thing I needed to update. Oh gosh, that's right. Ugh, I hate this one. Okay, update Grammon to active Megalo. Grammon X. Okay, this is a label of technically a mistake. Grammon X evolves to Megalogrammon X with 3+ care mistakes and level 6 and defeat 1+ stage 6 Digimon in quest mode. Determined that today, so I gotta do a couple things to fix that up. I'd gotten a few notes from people saying like, "Oh, my grandma became Megalogrammon X. I swear I got all the care mistakes." And I'm like, yeah, whatever, you got the care mistakes. But then like 3 people had the exact same problem, all with the same Digimon, and yeah, that's worth looking into for sure. So, sure enough, looked into it, and there is a requirement that was missing, which is that Grammon X to Megalogrammon X can happen if you beat stage 6 Digimon, and didn't know that. The Digital Monster X1 I mostly took from Bandai and didn't do a lot of my own testing, which is always a mistake. And so I just kind of overlooked that one. So gotta add that in now. Alright, it is 8 o'clock, so we can go ahead and get going here. So let's go ahead and hit all the buttons. Let me get the buttons ready. Oh, we gotta hit the tweet too. We gotta tweet about this. Alright, tweet is out. I'm gonna hit some buttons. That one right there, and... Good evening, everybody. This, as always, is Humulos, and I am here to work on my website, Digitama Hatchery. Got a lot of improvements that need to be made to it as things continue forward, so I take these times to get those improvements done, along with everybody else around here. Alright, so we're on the board. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be done, and I've got a few good places to start, but we're going to start with this one because this one's a mistake, and we got to fix wrong information first. So we're going to start with updating Gammamon X to Megalogammon X on the Digital Monster X1 chart. So let's pull up that chart right now. You can see what I'm talking about. Hey, how much spaghetti we'll need to cook up for the True Shadow Howl Mad Black War? Not too much. I actually started on those. So, did I start on them? No, I didn't start on those. But either way, I got them at the point where I'm ready to start on those, so that won't take too long. We should get that done tonight, no problem. Alright, so here's our issue right now, right? Is that we have this guy, Megalogammon. He comes from Gammamon, okay? And he comes from 0 to 2 and 5 to 6. But, as it turns out, he can also come from this requirement right here. So I need to add Gammamon onto that. And then... should be able to leave everything else the same. Let's just see what happens if I drop this down to, let's say, area 15. Megalogram. What area do you unlock? 13? Area 13. Okay, so let's drop you down to 12 and see what remains. So still there. Can Gammamon become Megalogammon if you haven't cleared area 13? What area do you unlock? Area 7. I'm gonna have to do some more testing on that one. But for now, we're gonna assume he probably can, because that's the way Cerbermon works when coming from Sunglautmon. Actually, yeah, that's a... No. Is that another good use case? Metal Greymon comes from Tobiumon. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that would normally be Chohakaimon. Whatever. We're just going to say it's a constant thing. I'll double check it later. I'm probably correct, so we'll be fine. So we need to add in this case, just a quick little line right here. But currently it's the top thing. So this is going to be a little bit obnoxious, and I'll show you why here. This is going to be obnoxious. So we'll start with the database. So that is technically the first thing that needs to be done. So we're going to pull evolution where EVA device equals DMX. I believe that's all I called it. Okay, good. That is what I called it. Alright, Gammamon. To Megalogammon X right here. So we're going to add a bullet point, because now there are 2 requirements. We're going to add a line break. And we're going to do this. So the other requirement would be 3 more care mistakes. Level 6. Defeat 1 plus stage 6 Digimon in quest mode. Okay, and then likewise, we need to add that little clause there to the end of this guy right here. Defeat 0 stage 6 Digimon in quest mode. And that'll get you Metal Tyrannomon. Okay, that should be good there. Let's go ahead and apply that change. So then comes the line. So let's just make sure my change is done. Three plus scare mistakes. Level 6, defeat 1 plus stage 6 Digimon in quest mode. And then to go to Metal Tyrannomon, area 14 cleared, 3 plus scare mistakes. Level 6, defeat 0 stage 6 Digimon in quest mode. Okay, good. And there's the other one I needed to fix. I needed to fix this Chohakaimon. I forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. Let's fix that real quick as well. Alright, so we need to find Cho, Gammamon, The problem is we don't have a bullet point right here. We can't not have a bullet point. That just wouldn't be right. Okay. So that's been fixed. So now what we need to determine is this red line right here is currently the top for Gammamon. But if I drop you down to area 14, okay, red line's top, same place, 13, same place, so area 12, it changes. So that's what we need to adjust, is when that changes. That Megalogrammon should basically be always available, is that right? If I drop this all the way down to area 1? Yeah, Megalogrammon's always available, so I will not have to do too much crazy nonsense with that. Do you need to unlock the SP for Omegamon X? No. Omegamon X is just an area, I think it's area 26, if I recall correctly. Here, we can tell you right now. Change the map to area 26. There you go, and you can turn off area SP in the special random encounter, so you know, okay, if I have area 26 cleared, I can get Omegamon X. There you go. Okay, so let's open up this right here. And we're going to go to DMX index. We're going to go to DMX. It's one of the JS files. This one, I think. Yep, that's the one. And just those two. That should be it. So currently, if area 13 is cleared, if it's greater than or equal to 13, we're going to change X and Y adult to perfect 1 to this. Otherwise, if it's less than area 13 cleared, then it becomes NF. And I believe there's only one NF for AP1. And we'll find out for sure. So the way I have this working is NF stands for new first, meaning that the first line changes position to a new location based on what class I give, or rather what ID I give to the connecting line. So in this case, it should actually be a very simple change now that I'm looking at it. So we're going to go right back over here, and we're going to find Gammamon. Right, did need to open up one more. XW chart white. We still have the label as white. Okay. Gammamon. No Gammamon? Oh, duh, it's not the full name, just Grow. There we are. Okay, Grow X. So right now, so here it is. So this is XW API first 2. So we're actually just going to move this whole line right here. We're going to cut, well, not the whole line, just the ID. We're going to go down to Megalogrammon. Megalogram X, here you are, and right here is the one. So we're going to duplicate this and replace this ID here with that one. Get rid of this ID altogether. And we're just going to call this space 5. So what I've done is I've added another line to the beginning of this requirement set right here. And I have specified that this should be the alternate first line for adult to perfect 1 on this chart. I do need to adjust the length here as well, which the length looks like it should be 70. And we'll also need to change this to X1 for the color. I might rearrange that a little bit too, but let's just see how that looks so far. So white charts does not need any updating, thank heavens. Cannot read that name, so we're just going to see how Google Translate does with it. Oh right, I'm in Bing. I'm showing Choi. If Choi is not your actual name, I apologize, but welcome. Okay, so by doing that, yeah, I shouldn't have to mess with the JavaScript at all. I shouldn't have to do anything with the index over here. I don't know why I opened the index for that matter. So just that one update should actually be good. It is far less complex than I was expecting it to be. Oh, well, we did forget to change the color of the first line. It's always got to be something. Change that to that, and let's refresh that again so it looks nicer. Okay, so now that is hooking up to where it needs to hook up, and if I drop us down to area 12, Hey, all right, that's working great. Okay, so now the only problem is, though, and this is possibly just me being pedantic here, and I might not do anything about it, but we're just going to see how it looks, is this whole majigger right here, we want that to go right below this. Although, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so we're going to try, not you. Ooh, that might not. Well, yeah, that should be fine. We're going to try moving this up here. We're just going to see what happens. If it breaks everything, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to let it be. But we'll find out. All right, white. So you would no longer be the last line. That would move to you. All right, so let's copy that whole thing. Move that immediately below the first requirement here. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. That's a easy fix. But let's just test the display when I drop this down. Let's say I love area 15. Area 15, that still looks correct, aside from the purple one, of course. And then area 10. Area 10 looks perfect. Okay, so we need to move. See, right now this says it's first 2, but it's actually just first general. But I probably, well, should I just make it first? Well, let's try swapping them. Well, no, because that wouldn't be good. We will have to edit the JavaScript for this, won't we? By making this change. That's fine. I can make one little change to the JavaScript. So there will no longer be an alternate first for this Digimon. It will just have the one first. So that's AP4, right? Right. And this should break something. Thankful on behalf of everyone. I'm glad to hear it. Glad you like what I do. Any more news about DMX devices? Nope, no more news there. We've still got a few conflicting reports on what the secondary colors will be, but consistently it's been gray for the XC and blue for the XD, and I believe they were metallic colored, not translucent. So, but that's also not consistent either. Some of them are saying they're translucent. The secondary colors seem to differ a little bit too, so we'll see what it ends up being. Okay, so now that looks correct, but if I go all the way down to 13, it should look identical. And, hold on, what's this? How long has that been that way? Hold on, I think that just might be a fluke. It's not a fluke. Why are you going all the way here? This isn't even what I'm supposed to... It's the same with that orange one. The green one's wrong too. But it's not wrong up here. Why are these wrong? They look like they're just kind of shifting down more than they should be. Div. It's also much... No, it's, is it longer than it needs to be? No, it's not longer than it needs to be. Why are specifically these showing up incorrectly? Fix one thing, but discover another problem. All right, so yeah, the height is correct. It's the top value that's very incorrect. I'm not sure why that would be. It's not wrong when I do it this way, right? No, that's still very wrong. Why just that one? What are you connecting to? Huh. That's interesting. Let's see, you are AP4. Wait, I just changed AP4. I shouldn't have changed AP4. What's wrong with me? Would have changed AP5. What did I just do? There was no problem before. I just screwed something up. What did I screw up? So this should be AP. Should be AP5. Why would that ever be? I screwed this up a while ago. Megalogram X. If I don't change anything, what happens? Everything shows up correctly. And this is AP4. I know this doesn't look right now, but that's fine. Let's just double check. This is supposed to be 5, right? No, that's AP4. Why is that AP4? This is AP5? The heck's wrong with me? That goes against everything I normally do. Yeah, why is it that way? Why did I put Tobu Catmon last? Weird. Yeah, Skylar, thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words. I'm glad that the website is useful. Hopefully I can keep it useful without breaking it anymore. Whatever's happening here. So, okay, so this is AP4. That much is correct. No, I mean, this is AP5. So why would changing AP4 change anything? That's interesting. All right, so we're going to do these changes one at a time here, okay? AP1, AP4 first. Okay, so we're going to keep that exactly like it is. Just going to save it. And we're going to refresh it. And we're going to see that everything shows up in the right spot. That's great. That's exactly what I want to hear. And we're going to change you to AP4 first. And you to AP4 first _ 2. And that worked perfectly. Why was that not working before? I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did wrong there, but whatever. It's working now, so that's good. Okay, so let's now test out what happens if I go down to area 15. Hey, everything didn't break. Okay, and that's still where it needs to be. Okay, area 13. Everything should stay the same. And area 12, I expect this to break. It did. Okay, good. That's what I expected to happen. And that is because we need to swap around what AP4 is doing at area 13. So that will require change to this JavaScript file right here. So AP4, if it's greater than or equal to 12, if it's at this, okay, so vertical's height, well, that's doing the same thing. How many times does AP4 show up? 8 times? Why? Okay, less than 4. It's on an F. That would probably be why. Because at no point will we ever need it to be at an F anymore. Alright, so let's just try getting rid of those instances. In fact, let's do it the easy way. Okay. Ideally, there should work. We're going to go ahead and clear my cache at the server level, which that was a problem the other day, by the way. Cloudflare was not playing nice with GoDaddy. And for a brief little bit, I think it was last night even, there was some issues with displaying my website. I don't know what that was about, but I changed the SSL settings a few times and then it worked. So great. But I've also found out that apparently the SSL settings I'm using aren't the most secure ones. And not that you really need that for just a freaking website like this. It's not like you're buying stuff and giving me your credit card number. But it is still nice to just make sure it's like 100% secure. So it is secure. It's just that right now the connection is secure one way. It's not end-to-end encrypted, basically. So I got to do something to see about fixing that. Again, doesn't really matter for a website like this, but I prefer to do everything by the books. Okay, let's see. I need this file right here. Okay, copy link address. Purge that. Purging complete. And let's go to that file. Go find an instance of AP4. Okay, so right now this is right here where it says NF. Once we refresh, perfect, went away. So let's see if that's all we needed to do. I see one other thing we might need to do. Saw it for a brief moment. Okay. good there. Drop it down to 15. Still good. Let's just drop it right down to 12. Okay, so the left side here is good, but obviously this is not what we want. We got to do something about that as well. And just for kicks and giggles, let's just go down to, I believe it was 7 is where you unlock Gammamon, right? Yes, okay, good, that's still working as well. All right, so we need to fix this guy. So that would be PR1. PR1. So why would you even change PR1? Is it because I left something somewhere that it shouldn't be? PR1 last, PR1 connection. PR1 first 2. Yep, that would do it. All right, so I currently have this set to go off the... Wait, how are there 2 first 2s? Where are we? Chohakai. Why would you also be first 2? I'm not going to worry about that right now. Alright, so here's the problem, is that this one's labeled as first, this one's labeled as last. This means that the program's supposed to measure out the distance between this and apply that height to this. So right now, the problem is that we also have a PR2 first. Where did it go? PR5 last. How are all these in the same spot? What was I doing? That can't be right. That's not how I do this. PR5 first and PR5 last. Like, those wouldn't be right there. Those would be on perfect, the 5th perfect. So what's the 5th perfect right now? 5th perfect is... Let's get all the areas cleared again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Metal Tyrannomon. Who doesn't have any alternate ways of acquiring, so I guess that PR5 never mattered. Which would explain why I don't have it. Okay, whatever. I guess that's just leftover crap. So I don't need to worry about that. But PR1, PR2, and then the front of Megalogrammon, that right there should be, or the first last, so it should be 2 right there. Yeah, right here, first underscore 2. So that's our problem, is that we have 2 firsts, but what we really need is 2 lasts. And yeah, let's re-examine how this looks. Okay, so right now, the difference is that on area 13, it has all 5 slots, and on area 12, it only has 1. So that's the entirety of the difference. Okay, that's easy. That is easy, I can do that. I need, what do I need? This? Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna change you to last 2. That also means we need a second first still. And that would be this one right here. First underscore 2. Which will mean that on the charts page between 13, less than 13 and higher than that, so there's PR1 right there. So we need that to be new first and last. And this one, just that. Okay, so let's purge that again. Make sure that the change is committed. Yep. And let's give that a shot. Cool if they made an arcade machine that you could scan Digimon from your Vital Bracelet and hologram battle. It would be. They made one in the past with the IC. They made the what was it? Like, I want to say Battle Network, but that's Mega Man. I have the home version of it actually. When I first recorded the script for A Brief History for the IC, which has not been released yet, obviously, I talked about that arcade kit, and I talked about how I didn't have the home version, but that I had ordered it. And at this point, I own it. So for many reasons, I'm having to re-record the IC video all over from scratch. The script is still mostly good. I might update a few things here and there, but I've got to redo the whole dang thing. So that's unfortunate. Either way, I do have the home version. I've got to test it out still. I thankfully do still have a CRT I could try it on, because it does not work on my HD TV, that is for sure. I don't even have the right connections. Setting out the plot to a comic book? Yeah, pretty much. It's Digimon Next is what that's based on. Alright. So did we do this alright? Go to Area 13. Everything's still where it needs to be. Okay, moment of truth, Area 12. No good. No good. Why no good? I wanna... this connector right here, show it to me. There we go. Okay, so it's at height 247, top 26. Even the top is off a little bit there. Why is the height so off? Good gravy. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here so we can see the console at the same time. And we're gonna grab the command we're using, which should be this guy right here. This sounds like Metroid 2 music. Vertical's height CNFL is not defined. Do I not have that in the DMX charts? Must not. I gotta have it somewhere, right? Let's see. CNF. Yeah, it's right there. Vertical. Oh, I have it for not the connector. All right, that's fine. So we just make a new one that is for the connector. What does the N stand for? First two. Okay, and you need to look for last two. All right, that should do it. Let's try purging once more. And review this. The NFL. No, still not there. Because I didn't give it a name. Can't have two functions with the same name. What's wrong with me? All right, let's try that now. There we go. All right, so now if we try this, hopefully this will work this time. Let's see. What's up, Jordan? Welcome back. Okay, so that looks right. Let's pop right down to Area 12. Yes, okay, that's exactly what I want to see. That is now correct. Fantastic. All right, let's just pop it up to like Area 19 and make sure it still looks right. It does. Okay, that is beautiful. I tell you what, this thing right here, I hate it. I hate making that thing so much. Still got to do it for the X3, especially since the English versions will be coming at some point, we assume. I don't have insider information. Don't take that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, in order to do that crap, I have to have all these lines of code right here go to checking what the area status currently is and adjusting the whole chart based on it. And I hate it because there's so many things. So it's like literally it's just, is the area greater than or equal to? Then the lines need to be like this. If it's less than 3, you need to do this. And if it's greater than or equal to 3, you need to do this. What if it's less than 4? You need to do this. And yeah, it just goes on and on like that. And then you got to account for the complexity of whether or not the other check marks are showing. So like right here. So if the random check mark is checked, and then do this, and this is area, and then yep. And it just gets worse as it goes on because the DMX2 chart, I'd almost consider just not doing it because of how much I was dreading doing it. But as you can see, it's, oh my gosh, it's so much longer. Oh, this is making me really not want to do it again. These last bits, even though these last couple bits here are huge, they're actually the easier parts of it. Like, it's just because this is all just this one here is just resetting everything back to normal, but this one's friggin' kind of already corrupting it a little bit, but that's fine. But then it's just the little minute things below it that you have to account for every single scenario. That's where it gets really obnoxious. So yeah, that's not my favorite part of this. I'm glad that I came up with a solution for the DMX charts, because otherwise it'd be really annoying. Like, literally, some people are like, why don't you just put on there that you have to have everything unlocked in order for the chart to apply? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but that doesn't look as nice. So yeah, I still wish I would have listened to them sometimes. Are you excited for Marine Angemon on the Jellymon dim? Oh my gosh, absolutely I am. I love Marine Angemon. One day I will get it again on this little device right here. I've gotten Marine Angemon one time on the original Pendulum. Or is it two? I don't remember. No, it's two. It's definitely 2 times. I got it once from Zudomon and one from Mega Seadramon. So I've taken both paths to get to it, but I do like getting it. It is a wonderful little Digimon, that is for sure. Okay, so I think we're actually good with this, right? We're done with the freaking Digital Monster X for now. So thank you to everyone who was complaining that they didn't get the right Digimon. You weren't mistaken. You were doing the right things according to what the chart said. But yeah, it just wasn't 100% correct. So, no! So, fun fact, everything I just did was for nothing. I just now noticed that this defeat 6+ right here has that you need 1 or more care mistakes, whereas the one that we need to make needs to say so no, I'm hyperboling that we don't actually need to undo everything we just did, but I do need to make another thing here for the purple option right here, because yeah, that's not right. Right now it's saying 0, or you need 1 or more care mistakes. You need 3 or more care mistakes for Gammamon, but you do need 1 or more for Gammamon. So we got to account for that. I'm not done with this yet. Never done. Hero's work is never done. I'm not Batman. All right, let's pop that right back down there. Great. So then we will remove from here the extra line. And then rearrange this to be back what it was. Right up here, we remove this one. Oh, and we also need to change the color down here. So this needs to be nope, just the first 2. X6 for the color. I'm so glad I streamlined my coloring style later down the road, much later, like as in a month ago, because doing X something number for every color is dumb and stupid, and I don't know why I ever did it that way. Actually, I do, because I originally colored them based on the name of the attribute, which I still actually do use that method, so I don't know why I'm saying... Well, actually, the attribute coloring is helpful, because the Digimon devices, the Vital Bracelet included, still use attributes for determining geoglyphs, so now the coloring still makes sense there. Anyway, tangent that didn't need to be gone on. Alright, so right now we have this right here, which I think is still good. I think that's still good. I think that's where that still needs to be. And you need to move down to this. That's always last. This is first 2. Okay. So this is going to look really nasty the first time I do it, but I need to do it because I need to visualize what I need to update. Brennan, you're very welcome. Oh no, I've been following it very closely for my XP this week. Well, don't worry. The only mistake that we've found in the past, since 2019, is Gammamon can evolve into Megalogrammon if you do this thing up here, which I just looked at this and realized I need to do one more thing before I forget. You actually change the requirement, so it needs to be mistake 3 through 4. There we go. Between Digimon X and Pendulum Z, which one would you recommend to get? X for sure. Particularly my favorite version is the XC, but versions XC through XF are all good. XA and XB are fine. There's just not as much content on them, and I don't like the rosters as much. It's too many non-X Digimon on them. The other ones do have non-X Digimon, but they're kind of kept separate because you don't get them until the end, and they're more like guest stars than anything. Which I'm gonna bounce over to that to just show that, because yeah, like you'll notice every Digimon is an X Digimon up until right at the bottom of the chart, because you have like Harrismon right here is guest. Or, sorry, that's Harrismon. That's Philmon. They're guest starring from Re-Arise. Duskmon and its line are guest starring from Frontier for some reason, and then you have Bagramon also, who's guest starring from Cross Wars. So everyone else though is actually an X Digimon, which is freaking way better, because on this one the just threw in like random Sistermons and Harrismon and Raffleezamon and Belial Van. They threw in a whole bunch of random stuff in the first ones. It was very confusing for what was supposed to be an X-themed device. So these devices feel way more actually X-themed. And then you have the XE, which is the same idea. Everything's an X except for the guest stars, where you have Blucomon from Encounters, Jazamon from Lynx, and you have Pumpmon and this guy from Re-Rise, Noble Pumpmon. But everyone else is an X. So, yeah, that's definitely my favorite. Wish it to sell the Ancient Warrior Dim by itself. Yeah, I'm surprised they still haven't. What's up, Trooper? Welcome, welcome. Has Gammamon happened yet? No, it actually hasn't. I haven't talked about that. So I should probably pose the question. Before I talk about Gammamon and my thoughts on that and how much excited I have about it, is there anyone who would prefer not to be spoiled on Gammamon's evolutions? Because if so, that's cool. I'm not going to, like, force anyone. I certainly don't want to bring up the images and have someone be like, oh no, I really wanted to know, say that to be a surprise. But all things considered, the surprise will be ruined in the first opening seconds of you watching Ghost Game, because they'll probably have all evolutions in the opening credits like they always do. So we'll see. They are awful about that sort of thing. All right, so back to XB actually. Okay, so it looks fine right there. If I drop down to 14, also looks fine. Dropping down to 12, it should look stupid. It does. Not as stupid as I expected. All right, so what do we need to do here is... Actually, that's... Well, no, that's not correct at all. This needs to go all the way down to here. And this needs to stay up here. So you are currently what? I'll read the responses for my question here in a moment. We'll see where we're at with that. Okay, so if it's less than 13, that needs to be the first for AP4. AP4 first 2, which is what I have it as. This is AP4 first. Interesting. So why wouldn't that be showing the right way? AP4 first, AP4 first 2. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I changed the chart, right? Or not the chart, but the script here. AP4 first. Oops. Let's just do that. Okay. Yeah. So they are both coming down to here. So less than 13. We just remove it? Or did we just never have one and this is now what we need to do? Maybe that one? No, that doesn't seem right. No, it's based on the previous one. Greater than or equal to 12. It's new first. That's right, I went back and did... I remember now. I remember doing this now. New first. AP4, new first last. Is that right? I feel like I'm doing something very wrong here. But I'll find out, won't I? And okay, we're gonna try that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens there. And it's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be good. Where did my music? Oh, it's still playing. Okay, good. Last song just had a long outro, I guess. Nope, don't purge everything, just this. Okay, refresh. 1 second, I'm just gonna turn down my AC. It is a little warm in here. Whoa, I also need to charge my phone. What have I been doing all day? It's not even that warm. What's wrong with me? I'll at least turn it on. It'll feel nice. Where's my phone cable? Who took it? There it is. Okay. We'll do one more refresh for good luck. And that still looks correct. Drop it all the way down to 13. Still looks correct. Drop it down to 12. Hey, okay, good. But because of all the weird stuff I saw, I'm also going to test every number because I saw weird stuff. Want to make sure that it's safe. 10. Part of me just wanted to make this a little float, or at least a sticky bar, but I realized it would kind of just get in the way for most people since most people aren't rapidly changing what area they're looking at. So it's literally only useful for me. Which means I should put in a frickin' just development CSS. So, whatever, I don't need to. Hey, that looks awful. Okay, so that is because this needs to be hidden when Gammamon doesn't exist. So, area 6. Okay, keep that in mind. 6 to 7. The other line's looking good, though. That's not right. Oh, because it's pushed down. Ugh. Of course it did. Okay, so 2 things. One is that Sistermon Seal needs to become the new first up here, and that we need to make this whole thing disappear when Gammamon's not there. So, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, area 7 show, area 7 hideout. Great, I've already got a thing for it. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? And area 7, not just L, but the whole thing. What? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna get rid of this whole thing. So row, area 7. Let's see what that does. Let's go ahead and turn on development mode because I'm going to be changing up the JavaScript quite a bit there. All right, what are people saying? Carnex already popped that bubble for you. Oh, well. Glad I asked anyway. I'm going to raise Shenwumon and Hardlyomon in the wing. Very nice, very nice. More than happy to see Gammamon's Evos. Perfect. I'm going to bring them up. And upload more history of Digimon V-Bits. I will be doing so as soon as I possibly can. I promise. I've still got a lot of work to do on it, but it's it'll get there. Taking your advice and charging the stuff from the last stream has helped a lot. Oh, glad to hear it. Hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. I am having fun. Hopefully you are too. Josh, why did they not make the guest Digimon natural carriers? That's a great question. They could have made Harrismon an X-Antibody Digimon, but they decided not to. He decided he's just normal. Digimon Frontier was good, just so you know. Duly noted. So, Gammamon stuff, right? So let me pull up the... Go to Reddit. Should have... There we go. Posted it on Reddit earlier. And here they go. So here comes the spoiler. And here comes the images. So... I know I can get this bigger. Make it bigger. Click to see spoiler. Okay. Click to see... There you go. There goes the jumbos. Alright, so fun thing about Gammamon, right, is I didn't give any thought to this at all, but apparently other people did. Some people mentioned him apparently being named for Gamma Correction, I was thinking of gamma as being like, oh, like gamma waves, which are a form of light. And it turns out that there's a lot of good reason to think that that's important, because you'll notice. So first of all, I should say the guy up top, the guy up left, to the right, and down bottom, those four are the adult forms on the Vital Bracelet for Gammamon, which will be added to the site at some point or the other. And then this guy in the middle is a perfect form. And there are four different adult forms we're thinking, because, okay, so Gammamon's basically like a prism of some kind, and his evolutions have to do with the primary colors of light, which are red, green, and blue. So, yeah, that's basically what we're looking at right there, which is a pretty cool idea. And then we have the black evolution down here, which of course black is an absence of light. And then it seems like they would all come together to form this big guy right up here. You may even notice he's got like the same swirlies as this guy does. So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool motif to go off of. I like when Digimon have like cool just themes like that. Kind of like how Pulsemon is all exercise themed. I do like that, and this is all light themed, which is pretty rad. Also note that the main conflict in Ghost Game has to do with holograms, aka light. So I'm sure there's actually reason behind that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see a new, fresh idea in Digimon like this. I am curious as to how these evolutions will work, and especially because there was no ultimate form revealed, remember, which kind of is giving me Cross Wars vibes, if I have to be honest. I'm wondering if like evolution stages aren't really important in this new series, and that instead Digimon just evolve willy-nilly and no one really cares about power levels, which is how Cross Wars and Frontier were. So maybe that's the case, maybe that's not the case, but we will see. The only reason I think that is because the rest of the dim, which we do have on the site already, let's pull that up too. Pull up in a new tab here. And we're going to Gamma. So after the dim is all existing Digimon. So we have Brachiomon, Chimeramon, Tankdramon, Aegis-Dramon, Ultimate Brachimon, and Chaos-Dramon, all of which share a common theme, as you can see, mostly metallic, draconian dinosaur Digimon type things, mostly dinosaurs. So I think that's rad. I love the dinosaur theme going on there, and the rest of his Digivolutions here are all still dinosaur-like. So yeah, so that's Gammamon. That's how he's evolving over there. A lot of people are wondering, well, what about the other guys? So Angoramon and Jellymon, we won't know anything more about their dim cards until December, because that's when they're releasing. So that's when we'll know exactly what they'll evolve into, whatever it might be. But you can see that one adult slot is already eaten up in both of their lines, so it's likely that they won't see as many evolutions as Gammamon will. Gammamon seems to have protag privilege, of course, which they often do in Digimon, and sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's annoying, but we'll see. We'll see how it is in this one. I'm not going to say anything about that before I watch it, that's for sure. So, either way, I don't know if Angoramon will be able to evolve to Leomon in the show, and I don't know if Jellymon will be able to evolve into Rukamon in the show. Obviously, with like the Agumon and Gabumon EX Dims, like Agumon wasn't evolving into these other guys in Colon. These are just other Digimon that appeared in Colon. So it might be a similar thing to that. It just might be that these other Digimon are there just because they appear in Ghost Game. We'll have to wait and see on that. It would be pretty neat if like Angoramon did follow the whole Leomon line here, or if Jellymon followed the whole Rukamon line. This is like the Tamers Rukamon line, I should add, wherein they evolved up into Marina Angemon. Apparently, Marina Angemon in Tamers, it's supposed to have evolved from Waymon, even though in the original Pendulum, Waymon can't evolve into Marina Angemon, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, so that's Ghost Game stuff. Pretty rad evolutions, I have to say. I'm a big fan of this blue guy over here, who's flying all about, and of course I'm the little not Triceramon, but the mini Triceramon over here, however I want to call him. He's got his light bulb tail. I guess he's got like a railgun going on in his head, so pretty cool. This guy I'm not thrilled about. He reminds me of a certain someone, which I'm sure everyone else probably thinks that as well. This guy looks very Jessmon-y, so it's like, kind of seen it before. This guy's alright. I'm okay with him. He's very Shadow the Hedgehog, isn't he? Holy cow, he is. People are saying that he might be in the background of the main poster, which definitely does look like him. And so he might be, I don't know, Gammamon might be the good guy and the bad guy. We'll see. We will see. Which Gammamon evolved to Triceramon. Yeah, a lot of people would have expected that, wouldn't you? Especially with this guy being a straight-up Triceratops, but no. Not on there. Wish I watched Digimon Adventure Try. Try is alright. It's fine. It's great that a partner Digimon didn't evolve into a weird humanoid lizard warrior. Not yet, at least. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Is there a correlation between Digimon's age and their likelihood to get injured after losing a battle? Is there? I don't believe so. I've not seen one, at least not on modern devices. I'm trying to think on older devices if I've ever seen anything like that. I don't believe I have, so I don't think so, but could be worth looking into. If Agoramon does get the Leomon evolution, everyone will be wanting Leomon to die. Yeah, everyone was very surprised that, well, that's all I'll say on that for now, because some people may have may be avoiding spoilers, so I'll hold off on that for now. Either way. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop back over to this. Alright, so what was the most recent problem we were trying to fix over here? So this looks good right now, because we're at 30, but if we move it down to 12, then everything still looks good. So at what point does Sistermon look out of whack? I guess it would be when Garurumon shifts, which is area 10. So if we go down to area 10, everything should still look fine. Yep, area 10 still looks fine, but if we go down to area 9... Oh, everything's still fine at 9. Didn't expect that. Why is it still fine? Okay, let's go down further to area 7. Still fine. Great. And is it still fine at 6? Oh, okay, so whatever I just did before this actually ended up fixing the other problem too, so that's great. And so now obviously we just need to fix this one right here. So we have 2 points at which this needs to change. So we have a new first, which is you, and you would be a new last. Would that work if I go backwards? I think so. Let's just go to this one more time just to make sure. So this is first, last. Okay. Oh yeah, that would definitely work. First to last. Drop it down to 12. This would be new first to last. So we gotta have a new first 3 up in here. All right. Or yeah, 3. Where'd VS Code go? There you are. Okay, so first 2, and where do I keep first 3? Look, or last 2. Okay, so I've got last 2 right over here. So that's good. I'm going to keep that there because last 1 is this, which that's always needs to be last. No, we're never going to change that. So this one needs to be changed. First 3. Okay, let's give that a shot. Wish that the Digimon Pendulum 20th in Malaysia doesn't cost 1,000. Yeah, no, I agree. It's pretty expensive all over the world. I know the Malaysian community does a good job of usually having lower prices for people within Malaysia. They try to keep a lot of devices there to keep prices from going crazy. But I know even nowadays, especially, that's even harder to keep a steady flow of devices within Malaysia without people getting tempted to sell them outside, or, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Okay, so first 2, first 3, so charts. So if we were less than 7, we would want first 3, so NF2 is what we're looking for right there. So less than 7, vertical's height connector, NF2. Good, I already have that one. Fantastic, I think. 1, and if it's greater than or equal to 7, then just NF. And we come to 13. There you are. Less than 13. PR1. Just NF. And greater than 13. Just be normal. Okay, let's give it a shot. I don't know why everyone in Malaysia loved the Pendulum Z, because it's Pendulum Z is fun. I'm not in Malaysia, but I love it. Not as much as the Pen 20 though. Pen 20 is better than the Pen Z, but I do like the simplicity of the Pen Zs and the plethora of new Digimon. Pen Z is still affordable in Malaysia. That's also true. Pen Z has actually remained pretty affordable overall, and at some point that's going to change, and it's going to be very sad. But we'll hope that that takes a while this time, and then maybe they'll release the Pen Zs in English. We'll see. I like the Pen 20s first, though. Once again, I've said it. Oh, what the crap? How are you wrong now? I didn't even touch you. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't touch it. When the heck? When does it work? Never works. Odd. That leads me to believe I screwed something up. But it's fine right there. At what point does it become not fine? Right there. As soon as I do anything. But as soon as I do that, it should go right back. What is your moniker? AP4 first, XK. Oh no! Gosh, dang it. Oh, I edited something I shouldn't have edited. Okay, AP4. Let's this way. Okay, there's only 4 that should be easy to figure out what needs to be what. Okay, so we'll come back to you. But more importantly, the thing I just did, let's make sure that's working. Okay, drop it down to 13. Looking good. Drop it down to 12. That's 11, but whatever. Looking good. Also go to 12 just to be safe. Looking good. Drop it down to 8. No, 7. 7's looking good. And what's going on with my clicks? I'm like double clicking accidentally. 6 looks terrible. XW for NF2. Alright, so what's happening when I do this? Oh, NF2 isn't defined. I thought it was. Silly me. Gotta define it. That would be... Wait, NFN? No. What the heck does the N stand for on this? New first N. New. Because I had a new way of doing it. Okay, that's stupid. Why did I name it like that? Alright, DNF. Duplicate that, but call it 2. And make this 3. Refresh. Is there any Digimon podcasts out there? A couple that I know of. Airdramon, he does a podcast called Lost in Translation Mon. Talks about the new episodes of the anime each week, as well as his experiences raising various Digimon. So yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Go check him out. Lost in Translation Mon is the name of that podcast. And then With the Will does a podcast. I would actually give that one a shot, but that one's also probably pretty good. That one's not as VPET focused, so you can guess why I haven't looked into it. Yeah, either way. I think those are the only 2 I can think of off the top of my head. Me and Flurp and a few of the mods have talked about doing one before, but I feel like that's just an excuse for us to goof off and be idiots for an hour. Which we'll do anyway. Okay, so... So let's drop this straight down to 7. Looks good. And how about at 6? Still bad. Which leads me to believe that the change that I just made didn't go through yet. And F2. Refresh one more time just to be safe. Drop this. What am I doing there? Okay, yeah, it's working. Is there something blocking me from first click? I gotta double check that. Yeah, it's still broken. Okay, so bring this back up. Undefined. Okay, so that's working. The command itself is fine, and it didn't return a bad result. Hey, it worked. The crap. So why isn't it working over here? DNF 2. You. Very clear as lesson 7. You are supposed to do this. Why aren't you? Why aren't you? Set timeout function. Verticals height CNF2. Let's just copy that whole thing and make sure I didn't type something wrong. Yeah, it's working. Area clear is less than 7, which it is, which leads me to believe that there's something else later on that's affecting it. Okay, if greater than or equal to 7 would not apply. Less than 13 would apply. There's the problem right there. Just want to change that actually. Remove that and add that to the greater than 7. Which is already there, right? Yeah, it's already there. We don't need it to be there. Alright, that should be fine. Probably Bandai would release a new pen prog 20th. We'll see. Next year is the year if they plan to do it. That'd be cool if they did. Do you think Bandai should do replacement bands for the VB in the colors of all the VBs currently released? I think it'd be nice of them. I don't think there's a huge market for that right now. They're just kind of happy to offer the one type of replacement band, which is just black. They don't seem to be worrying about the style too much, even though they've emphasized how stylish they are. So I think it'd be good for them to offer more colors, but you're going to be better off just doing a homebrew solution for that. Printing out some adapters and then getting whatever watch band you want. Because even if they did, the straps on their vital bracelets aren't great. I'm not gonna lie, I don't much care for them. See, it did it again. Why did it do that? What is happening there? It didn't do it that time. Okay. I'm just crazy. That's all it is. 7. Looks good. But what about 6? Okay, beautiful. That's finally done. Holy cow. I forgot how long this garbage takes me. Remember when I said this would only take me a moment? Yeah, I was stupid. All right, now we need to figure out what's going on over here. So 8, 10, 12, 11. Not 11. Okay, so the border between 11 and 12 is where our problem is currently occurring. And it's occurring because this is first 2 and this is just first. So it shouldn't be a new first on AP4 at 12 and higher. 12 and higher, XK, no, 12 and higher, XK, AP4, not new first. All right, let's see if that's all it took. I just got 2 DM20 and 2X today. Congratulations, Hexy Beast. You're going to raise them all at the same time, or are you going to start with just one? Be daunting to do too many at once, even for those who have been taming for quite a while. Saw people sell a lot of fake D-Arc. That's really sad. Yeah, thankfully the V-Pets don't get as many bootlegs as the Digivices do. Digivice bootlegs are not uncommon, but V-Pets not so much. V-Pets are pretty much just They were easy enough to come by to where I guess people didn't feel like they needed to make bootlegs of them. I'm sure there's some out there, but yeah, I don't run across many. I had one guy that tried to tell me that every version or every digital monster device that everyone owned was a bootleg, that you can't buy real ones anymore for less than like $1,000. That guy, not gonna lie, didn't really know what he was talking about there. William, good night. Have a good one. Okay, so it looks like we actually are done. The problem does not look to be appearing any longer, and everything looks fantastic. War Gammamon has his new requirement. Everyone is happy. Gammamon is happy. Your Gammamon can grow up to be the right thing now. Isn't that just great? It's possible to add a backlight to devices. Absolutely it is. In the modding channel at the Digitama Hatchery server, you can see a few backlights in there. Just search for the word backlight inside the modding channel and you'll see a whole bunch pop up. There used to be a good guide on it by Xanthos, but the guide kind of ate itself and he hasn't gotten around to making a new one, unfortunately. So either way, yeah, definitely possible. A lot of people tried that out. Tobu Catmon, more like Toby Catmom already. It's funny how Tobu Catmon goes from being really easy to get to having very strict evolution requirements. Yes, yes indeed. Yeah, Tobu Catmon's kind of the default option there. Raidroth, I bought a bootleg once. Hello Kitty, was it Sprite? Ooh, oh, those are a whole different story right there. So those are, there's a lot of those fun devices. They're not quite bootlegs per se, but they are something else. They're the types of devices you get from, well, they actually sold them at Hot Topic at one point, of all places. I don't, if you're not in the US, Hot Topic is a store for, in this day and age, it's more of a store for anime nerds than anything else. It used to be a store for like goth kids, who were also anime nerds, but eventually it just sold into everything and was like, I'm just going to sell shirts of anime now, and sometimes blind bags of different things, and like, okay. So if they were selling random weird freaking virtual pets for a while too, that use sprites from Digimon and such. Well, actually, no, those ones didn't. Those ones use their own sprites, like Crab and Rabbit, but there's definitely some you could buy that just have like Patamon straight up on it, and it's like, okay, Patamon is on this. I guess that one definitely qualifies as the bootleg, huh? If it's got sprites from other devices, yeah. So if you've got a Hello Kitty on it, yeah, that would be a bootleg, wouldn't it? But yeah, there's a lot of weird ones out there like that. Well, I got 4 on the right now, so I figured Carry Mistake 2 on the DM20s might get me some more Digimon as far as gameplay goes. I much prefer the Digimon X. I agree, Digimon X is great. What is everyone planning to hatch for future VPET endeavors? I'm planning... Oh, this would be a good time to bring this up. So I have over here... I'm going to be doing a video about this in the very near future. So these... Let me switch the camera over real quick. Where'd OBS go? There you are. Base. There we are. Okay, so I got these guys right here. Sony. I got Panasonic. Amazon Basics. Duracell, LICB, whoever the crap they are, and my old trusty ones, Energizer. And so I've got all these different CR2032 batteries I recently purchased on Amazon, like the top 6 ones that they sell. And so I've been talking about Energizer for years and saying like, yeah, they're great, they're the best. I've had people say, oh, I love Sony, they're great. People say Duracell's great, and what's the right answer? Am I right when I say Energizer? Is somebody else right when they say Sony? Like, I don't know. I don't actually know because I've never done a full test and no one really has. So I have 6 brands of batteries. There are 6 versions of the Pendulum Z, and the Pendulum Z this is a good device to use because they're all very close together in design and build. Like the Digital Monster X series, for example, would be awful to use because the X versions A and B are vastly different from the X, C, and D in the Japanese versions, at least, as far as screen quality goes, and they lose battery draw a little quicker. And I could do DM20s as well, because I have plenty of English DM20s laying around, but that would require raising 6 DM20s, and that doesn't sound like fun. So, going with 6 Pendulum Zs, I'm going to put a different brand battery in each one, and we're going to see exactly which one lasts the longest over several weeks, months. I don't know how long it'll take, since these things don't suck batteries dry that quickly. So we'll find out exactly which one will get you the best bang for your buck and which ones Well, and just see overall how long pets last. That's a question I get asked a lot. People will be like, how long does its battery last? And I'll be like, like 1 to 3 months. And that's pretty common in my experience. 1 to 3 months is normal, but it's not a exact answer, and I would like to have a more exact answer when people ask that. So yeah, I'll be doing 2 videos on that, one showing the premise and the second showing the results. So we'll see how that goes, a multi-month experiment. So yeah. All right, back to the good stuff. And there's the intro again. That's cool. I forgot to turn it off. I ordered a bunch of those Panasonics in bulk. Yeah, they're all actually pretty well reasonably priced. I know you go to the dollar store and get those. Obviously they're $1, and people have said nothing but bad things about them because they last them like, some of them last like a day. So I'm not trying those. I'm trying just the ones that people seem to actually purchase. We'll see how it goes. Can we show the screen and borrow one of those? Yeah, I should open up a battery store, shouldn't I? LSCB is alright. My experience allows battery performance the same. That's what I've seen too. Is I haven't really like Energizer I like because it's been very reliable for me, but it's not necessarily to say it's like gonna be the be all end all, because they should all be pretty close together. But we'll see how close they actually are. Felt the minis always sucked batteries really fast. Really? That's surprising. My mini, well, I don't know. I guess I never left it that long to find out. It lasted at least a month. I know that at least. Battery died just as I was getting Gammamon, the animation for the evolution. Ooh, that sucks. That definitely sucks. Since the DMX Americans last about 2 months, sounds about right. Like to see a Digimon board game. So I actually did have an idea for that, for Digimon board game with the V-Pets, where you kind of move them and then do battles when they come in contact with each other, except it was more of an online thing. I don't know if you've seen this before. I probably shouldn't leave that image up just in case. Let's see. No, not that. What am I looking for? Online. Domination, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, so I got this right here, right? So I've got Selected Battlefield Luna Map 1 here, and this is a domination battle setup, like they have in Cyber Sleuth. This is something we did for an online tournament one time, and there was originally, we had somebody else set it up initially, and it was a little bit difficult to use and keep track of easily, so I remade it, made it a fancy one that is much simpler to just drag things around in. So the idea is that you have 3 people on a team, and each person has their virtual pet, and then when you run into somebody else, you do battle with each other. So you'd move your token forward a little bit at a time, and the goal is to get a certain number of points to lead your team to victory. And yeah, so it's like you see the scores automatically go up and everything. So that's one thing that I thought of. Not that I didn't think of that. That's one thing that I helped finalize, I should say, would be a better word to say. I didn't think of it as far as a board game goes. So yeah, so I don't need that open anymore. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Board games with Digimon devices is definitely a fun idea. This is batteries and batteries accessories. Heck yeah. Hexabeats, I review solo board games on my channel. There hasn't been any notable Digimon board games. Nope, not really. There was one. I have it. It's got little rubber pieces, and it's, I wonder if I can find a picture of it. It's like, I don't know where it is off the top of my head. But if I go to eBay and I go, I don't think I found it on eBay, but no, I definitely didn't find it on eBay. Oh man, I don't know what I would search for. Digimon board game. Let's just try that. See if it pops up by any chance. Not this one. I have no idea what that is, but it looks awful. Not nearly as good as... Did you guys remember the original Pokemon board game? That thing was amazing. The freaking entire map of Kanto. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this one right here. This is exactly the Pokemon game I was just talking about. I used to have this one as a kid. I loved it so much. This is actually not even a bad price for this. Should I buy this right now? Is that what I need to do? Hey, mine didn't have cute little tokens like that. It certainly didn't have a War Turtle token. I would have loved if it did. No, all the tokens in mine were little Ash Ketchums. I didn't get a cute little... Or is that a Blastoise? That might be a Blastoise. Hard to tell from this angle. Oof, that box is broken. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good idea of what to search for that, but I also don't know how to play it, but it has little cards that look like the Hyper Coliseum cards, and it's cute, and I like it, even though I'm never going to play it. But I had my Digimon 20s for about 2 months. Also, saying that dollar store batteries really don't work is not encouraging. That's what I have immediate access to. I'm so sorry. If you can get them off Amazon, I highly recommend it, because, yeah, most people don't have good luck with the dollar store ones. Still need to run my Wind Guardians Pensley. Do it. Tropiumon is a must. Got some twins I need to run. I haven't run the twins in a while either. I'll need to run those again in a few months when I do the twins video. It's possible to change the red on your website to a darker tone. Sometimes it's too similar to default orange. This red right here. So I have messed around with it, and I came to the conclusion that this red is overall the most suitable. I definitely get that sometimes it can run into the orange and be a little bit hard to tell the difference between. Like, I absolutely 100% get that. I just haven't been able to find a good middle ground. So I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but I am saying that I haven't found a great combination just yet that I like, because it's not only a matter of just changing the red, but it's also a matter of changing the red to make it distinct from every other red that I use, whilst also making sure it still shows up on backgrounds properly. So I will see. I have enough problems with the green kind of getting lost in this gray. I don't know why, the green specifically, but yeah. Either way, no, I do appreciate that kind of feedback. I do want to make sure the site is usable by folks, so definitely something I'm always willing to experiment with. Most of the colors are just kind of straight out of Google's material library, which I find to be pretty good for most cases. So yeah, no, I'm always willing to experiment a little bit here and there to get some things better or better for people. Had the Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't know there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! One. I do remember the old Zelda board game. I definitely didn't have the old Zelda board game. I know I've got it, but I'm missing Zapdos token. Oh, congratulations on your Renamon, Hexy Beast. Master Trainer is okay. I don't know if I ever I played Master Trainer with a friend maybe like 2 or 3 times. I usually played it by myself, and I just enjoyed the idea that there were all these Pokemon. That's about it. I don't know if it was actually good. Amazon doesn't take PayPal, so I don't like using Amazon. Fair enough. Looks like everyone's talking about batteries. Japanese Digimon song kicks butt. You talking about Butterfly? Or are you talking about a different Japanese Digimon song? One of the many thousands. I do rather like Butterfly. It's good. Okay, so we're good with this now. So let's go ahead and mark this off, because that's great. I don't have a checklist. Nothing to check off. Just move that over. So now what we need to do is we need to update the charts for Mad Black Roar and True Shadow Howl. So let's head back over to the Vital Bracelet page. Here are what we need to update, and we're going to put that right over there. We're going to put this right over here. We're going to get rid of all our open tabs, and we're going to open up Mad Black Roar. Okay, and we're going to do this. So we are all the way at the bottom. Gammamon Black, what do you evolve into? You evolve into Greymon Blue. I don't like Greymon Blue being first there, but 10 plus, 13, 8 for Greymon. Check. Monocro. Maybe I did already start this. This looks very familiar to something I started doing. I definitely started this, but then I came to the problem of Svart, because I wasn't expecting him to work the way he did. Okay, so I at least started this. Great. Dark Tyranno. Gray blue. So, yep, that's right. Okay. Move on to Metal Greymon Alterous mode. Okay, 3,000, 3,000. It's just the same normal one. So that's 3,000. This is oh, but I do need to check where they come from. Vaccine 1, Data 2. See, that's not right. So this should be Vaccine 1 and Virus 1. And at least in the first little group there, that's all I did. Great. Vaccine 1, Virus 1, that's AP1, AP2. Okay, so those are correct at least. X-Tyranno, 12, 3, 15, 7. That should be correct. 12, 3, 15, 7. Yep. And that should be Data 1 and Virus 2. 2 and 4. That's correct. Good. Vermillimon. comes from Data 1 and Virus 2 at 10:25, 10:50. Yep, that's correct. Mametiramon comes from 8 plus 2, 10:50, and Data 1, Virus 1. No, Virus 2. Really? They both have the same? Monocro and Dark Tyranno? Monocro and Dark Tyranno. Yeah, okay, cool. And... cool. Middle Gammamon Virus comes from Vaccine 1. Actually, did I... yeah, that's fine. Vaccine 1 and... only Vaccine 1? Gammamon Blue, you become... this guy, or this guy? That can't be right. Metal Gammamon Virus, Metal Gammamon Ultras Mode, and Skull Gammamon. 1, 2, 3. That's what I just checked. Dark Tyrannomon. 1, 2, 3. 12, 10, 8. 12, 10, 8. 12, 10, 8. 12, 10, 8. Okay, so those are all correct. So, Metal Gammamon, you're trying to tell me you can only come from Gammamon Blue. You can't come from anybody else. You come from that guy, you liar. How could you lie to me? Nope, that's not how I read it. Evo device equals... nope, not device. We want Evo egg. Libraries at Digital Monster. Nope, still not that. Add Black Roar. Oh, what did I do wrong? Where? Oh, that's what I did wrong. I already had a wear clause. Okay, great. So, virus. Metal Gammamon Virus 034. What do you mean 034? What's wrong with you? Greymon 0. That would be why. 034. 0, 1, 2, 3. Actually, keep this as a 1. And then we don't need to do any more polls. Okay, so now since we've fixed it so that there's not an overlapping number. There we go. There they both are. Okay, Metal Gammamon Virus comes from Vaccine 1 and Virus 1. That is correct. Both at 8 to 10:50. No, you come from 10? You're screwing with me. They're not screwing with me. Ooh, that's not good. They got different requirements? Oof. Okay. So that means we're gonna need to... no, they don't have different requirements. They're both... never mind. You are the secret other 8. That means... yeah, I need to update that. I breezed right past that. Okay. Same requirements, thank heavens. Okay, so that should be 8. 2000. Still 10 plus, still 50%. And then Metal Greymon is, surprisingly enough, our 10 plus and our 2500 plus. Okay, cool. Everything's fine. Okay, so Vaccine 1 and Virus 1, that's AP1 last, and that's AP3 last. And then Skull Greymon. Oh, comes to this. No, that's not the AP1 and last. And okay. So that comes from the same two guys. AP1 last, AP3 last. And that is Vaccine 1 and Virus 1. So Mametiramon. You will be last for Monochromon, but not for Dark Tyrannomon. Dark Tyrannomon's line will end right there. Easy peasy. How hard is it to do the Eggmon on the Pen 20? It's not easy, I wouldn't say. Like, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. You're going to go in there, you're going to open everything up, and you're going to have to remove a whole pendulum. If you want to put the pendulum back, you got to... That's the hardest part right there. But it's it can be frustrating. There's always a chance you lose your data, but if you do it right the first time, it's great. It's just, yeah, it takes a bit of time to do it. So be prepared for that. Break the Chain is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I did like that from Colin. Strikemon plus Strikemon equals Heavy Leomon. Classic. Akai Target was the best. I don't know Akai Target. Or do I? No, I know Target. What's that from? I don't remember what that's from. Digirap, always a classic. The moment in which my father was like, why are we in this theater? Big Streamer is pretty cool. Breakup I rather like. You guys are just naming every song at this point. I'm just going to say I like most of them. Going Digital and Let's Kick It Up are absolute classics. I'm not going to lie, Time of Tamer. I still listen to that soundtrack from time to time. That got me introduced to Less Than Jake and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, so I have no complaints about that album whatsoever. It is great. Favorite Evolution song, though, would definitely have to be Evo from Tamers. I really like that one. Dubs prefer the way to watch adventure. Good, cool, cool. Well, yeah, why wouldn't you unironically like All My Friends Are Metalheads? That's like a great song. That's Hello Rockview is the album that's from, and it's a freaking great album. Love Less Than Jake. Saw them live one time at a... They actually were playing a con. Did not go to the con. I actually went down there just to see them, so that was pretty cool. How long does data persist on a version 20th with no battery? Who knows? We'll find out in several years. It seems to persist for a pretty long time at least, so I'd recommend generally if you're worried about your save files, maybe plug a battery back in every now and then just to be safe. But like my Tamagotchi connection, over a decade, its data persisted, so without a battery, so take that as you will. Oh, the Japanese opening for Digimon Adventure 2. I can't remember it for the life of me. I can remember the Digimental song, and I can remember the Jogger song, but I can't remember the opening. Okay, so we should be good with adults now, so that means we move on to the ultimates, but we need to move this guy, because there is technically no longer a Super Ultimate column needed, because you operate like any other evolution, surprisingly enough. I still got to do some weirdities to make the Jogress make sense, but we'll get to that, don't you worry. So let's go ahead and copy that whole column. And we're going to put that right there. And we're going to take this little guy and we're going to move it over here for the time being, because it's just going to be hanging back there doing nothing. And it'll be good later. Why is this nested so much? It's supposed to be. Okay, good. I don't know what. It's like one level inward. Okay, I'll column div column. Oh, it's because that one I don't have a thing for. Wait, no. Why do I have it like that? Oh, I just have like a whole extra thing here. There we go, that's better. Alright. This is going to take some weirdities to get it working. Hey, look it up. Veek's here. Everybody knows Veek. Half of you probably own one of his products. I have to say, Veek, congratulations on your Kickstarter. Went really well. I'm looking forward to seeing how that all goes. I'm looking forward to liking my Vital Bracelet again. Nobody knows you, yeah, right. Okay, so we have the ultimates here. Victor Gray, you need to come from which ones? Metal Gray Monoturus, that's 1. External one is 2. But that wouldn't be first. Vaccine 1. Vaccine 2. And Data 1. And so this would be the third. This would be the second. And this first goes away. And that should already be on Alterous mode, I'm pretty sure. And this would be a vaccine. Digimon, Victory Gray. Okay, and is that... No, this one should be 10, 45, and 15 and 70. 70? No, 50. Okay, Black War Greymon, which will need an extra line coming out of the back of it because it evolves further. Alright, so you come from only 2 things. That's so weird. Oh, well, I guess... No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so you come from 3 things. You come from 2, so that's 5. At the end of my counting, we need to be at 12. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11... 9, 10, 11. That's not 12. Alterous mode, 1, 2. Svart Victory. Black or Gray. Someone's missing. Who do I only have 2 things for? Black or Greymon? Yeah, it's probably the same story as before. I'm probably eating up one of his slots. Let's see. Polit. Ooh, it'll be ready this weekend. That is exciting. I am very much looking forward to that. Your first video is funny because I found a box. Yeah, it's too bad I can't be funny in every video, but I just can't think of something to be funny about in every video. Like, sometimes it just comes to me and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Not that I consider I found a box to be that hilarious, but did make me giggle. And that's enough. If I think something is enough to make me giggle, then I'm like, yeah, I'll push it. Whatever. If I can't think of a joke, I will not force one, and I will leave it be. You have some photos, but you've hidden them from me. I mean, you don't have to hide them from me. I'm not in your house. You just have to not send them to me. Oh, did I answer James's question? I did! My answer, so you don't have to go back and look. The answer, or actually you're probably already going back and looking. If you're not already looking back, let me know. I'll answer it again. Alright, so we're looking for Black War Greymon. Yeah, here's our problem. Like I said, this should be a 1, not a 0. Yeah, Black War Greymon's definitely a skater. That is absolutely for sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, of course, I didn't see Metal Greymon Virus. So, okay, so 15, 45. Where'd BS code go? There it is. Alright, so this should be... Get out of here, whatever the heck that was. What was that? 15, 45, 15, 70. Okay. That needs to come from Vaccine 2, Virus 1, and Virus 2. And I believe that would be... Yeah, this only says Vaccine 1 and Vaccine 2 have already both been done. Virus 1 and Virus 2 haven't been done, so both of those need to be added. Perfect Adult 5, Perfect Adult 6. Okay, and that would mean that's also the last one for Extra Randomon, but I don't know if I should make that the last or not. We'll make it the last just to be safe, and then we'll change it if we need to. Okay, and then we have Gammamon. Comes from the Data 1, Data 2, and Virus 2. And I think that's the first for Mametiramon, but the last for Vermillimon. Skull Greymon, that would also be the last, but that needs to be applied to Skull Greymon, not to Gammamon. And then Omegamon Zvart would need to be There we go. Okay, so vaccine 1, that would definitely be last. Data 2, that would be last. And Metal Gammamon virus, which would be last. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to change some things around after this, so we will see how I need to do that. And then add an extra line at the end of it. Just a 30 should do the trick. That's going to be weird. How did I do that on the... What device did I most recently do that on? Did I do that on the Pendulum Z recently? I might have. So to see where I'm going to go to figure out how that works. Yeah, let's go down to Metal Empire. No, that's for skipping. I need to do recursion, which is on the Pendulum 20. Do I not have that on any other devices? Maybe not. Pendulum 20th, it should occur on the Virus Busters. Kinda. I haven't done it to this degree before. Okay. So... we'll see exactly how I want to deal with that. So I'll probably just have it come straight out of there, and then do the thing, and then do. That's true. I could put the requirement coming right out of it instead of doing it how I'm doing here. That'd probably be the easiest way to go about it. Yeah, I think I know what I need to do. Good. Vital Pet looks really cool. Actually, love how the main body came out. Ooh, I'm excited to see it. That's gonna be great. Alright, so several years. Got it. Yeah, pretty much. Digimon Digital Monster X Evolution was good and ugly 3D. Oh yeah, the 3D in that did not age well, but it is still an interesting movie. Worth a watch, I'd say. One of the few pieces of Digimon media that doesn't involve humans in the slightest. Okay, so what we've decided to do here is to... that might not work out the way I want it to. I also wouldn't be able to show, like, forward momentum either. Actually, you know what? I have a rule about this kind of thing, right? Does anybody else's jogger show up on the chart? Nope. So why should the Megamon Zwarts? It shouldn't. So we're just going to leave it be. We're not going to add a line for a Megamon Zwart. We are going to leave that one be. Which means this should be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and unleash the JavaScript. Remove the CSS. Save it, and let's see how terrible it looks. How did we do? Okay, so immediately we've screwed up on the second one. Also, why is this one slightly off? Why are you slightly off? Why are you up there? You're supposed to be all the way down there. Are you? Greymon, do you evolve this cold Greymon? Yeah, you evolved this cold Greymon. Okay, so step 1. Adult perfect. And we're looking for line 1, AP1. AP1 last is currently assigned to Dark Tyrannomon for no reason in particular. That should be not the case. That should be AP4 last. AP1 is probably good now. Alright, so AP2, what's wrong with you? You have first, but no last. That should be expected. So where should your last go? Should go in Tyrannomon. Tira, data, and for some reason we have that to AP1 last. What's wrong with me? Alright, how'd that do? Greymon evolves to everything. Oh, absolutely it does. And Omegamon freaking evolves from everything. Look at this guy. I hate him. That's what happens when you're able to jog us from everything on 2 dims. Also, I need to remove the back from those 2 guys. So, black or gray, remove, and Gammamon Zvart, remove. Okay, lines are all now rendering, so that is good. This is the wrong color. Let's fix that. Red, green, and yeah, that's also the wrong color. That should be the lighter violet. Okay, let's go to Dark Tyrannomon. Start with you. You need to be Virus 2 line color, and you need to be Virus 1 line color. And then the connecting line, Vaccine 1, Data 1, Virus 1, Virus 2. That should be easier to look at. Yeah, you would think that it would only be Black Gammamon and Black Metal Garurumon that can become Svart, but nah, he's the standard Stage 15 evolution on this device, which does remind me I need to add the Stage 15 thing here, and also actually give him the requirements that you need to get him, because those are not his requirements. Is there really that many 15s everywhere? No, there should be a 20. One of you should be a 20. 10, 45, 15, 50. 15, 45, 15, 70. You should be the 20. Forgot to actually put in the requirements for these guys. Gaio. 20. 5. 20. And for Omegamon, 27. 25. 75, and then stage 15 cleared. Let's grab that from somewhere else real quick. That would be Volcanic Beat has it. Right here. There we are. And refresh. Omnimon is a Charizard, a Digimon. Yep, just about. They sure do throw him on every single device there ever was. I think the only modern virtual pet in which you cannot get Omnimon or Omegamon. Whoops. Chair was the wrong height. The only device you can't get them on is the Digital Monster X2 devices. And then one version of the X3. So there's like 3 modern devices out of all of them are the only ones you can't actually get Omegamon on. Every other device, yep, he's there. Or at least a version of him is. If you consider Omegamon X to be something separate entirely, then maybe not him, but he's still Omegamon. Alright, so for Millimon, we needed to have line shortened down to 30. Mamatiramon, shorten that line down to 50. Extend on Metal Greymon and Virus, second line to 40. Skull Greymon, extend to 70. And that should be the adults. Yeah, I've seen I'm a member of the Malaysian community on Facebook, and I love looking at the pictures of the events when they post them. I know last year was really hard not being able to do them, but I love how hard they go with it, having all the freaking awards and everything in terms of what with VPETs. The Malaysian community is big on the VPET scene, and they do tournaments on the regs, and it's really cool. I love it. They give out like actual prizes and everything, usually like a really cool piece of art or something like that, and it's a really awesome community. I'd love to be able to be involved in that. Anyone know why the Dims only have 1 child? That kind of is a silly move. Yeah, there's not really a good reason for it, I'd say, other than them wanting it to be like your partner Digimon. It's like your partner child, but I disagree with that method entirely. It should have had multiple children, especially since the Dim train's kind of slowing down recently. Okay, well, one of these lines is way too long, and it's yours. Omegamon's fart. Start that. Actually, wait. Can we do any consolidation? We've actually already got these 2 consolidated, so that's great. This. No, wait, we don't have those consolidated. I can do that. Where's the? Here. Okay, so red goes all the way down to the bottom. Yellow stops at violet. Violet can be used. So violet is this guy right here. Under. Green stops right at teal, so teal can also go under, so that would be under 10. Everything's going to be wrong now. Great. Okay, so that'd be 30, 40, 50, 60. 60 is the longest line length that there should be. That should be reserved for the vaccine 1. So let's see. Vaccine 2 would be 50. 6, nope, that would be 50. Data 1. That would be 30. No, 40. 60 is the longest line. Okay, so we'll further adjust the other line lengths later. And we need to shrink down this one and this one a bit. Also, I need to double check the coloring I'm doing over here because those colors are wrong. Data 2 needs to be dropped down to a 40. Horizontal 40, and that means remove, or you 60? Yeah, 60, remove 20. So right 10 to left 10. Gammamon virus now occupies 1 less than it was. Or is it 2 less? Oh, no, that's that one. So yeah, he needs to be right up left 10. Wait, didn't we just make you left 10? 40? No, you should be 50. What am I doing there? 50 and remove this. Left 10 and 40 for Gammamon, and then 30, 40, 50, 60 for Gammamon, and right 10. Okay. Oops, I saved on the wrong side of the screen. Refresh it. How long do you think they're going to keep making dims? Until December at least. After that, I'm really not sure, because they haven't announced any normal retail dims in quite a while. The Volume 3 seems to be the last of the normal dims that we've seen, and while we have Gammamon and Jellymon coming out, those are, of course, anime promotional dims, which we have had anime promotional dims before, but you know, the first ones were in tandem with a Volume 1 set. So, I don't know. We could see something coming in January. I find it strange that we don't have more news on it, because normally they've been keeping us very informed on that sort of thing. So, I don't know. I really don't know what we're going to be seeing, but I can't imagine them stretching it out too much more at this point. They have had a surprisingly large number of dims, I will say. With a surprisingly large number of Digimon. Bandai does good around to doing Plotmon dim. What Digimon do you think that will be on that dim? If Plotmon dim existed, it would have Tailmon, Mikemon, Meikumon, and Blacktailmon, and it would be the most boring. I'm just joking. It would be boring. I don't know, but what I just said may be exactly what they would do. Or, I guess it's not Mikemon, it's Mikemon. Silly me. But yeah, you know, all 4 cat Digimon. You know, if they're really big brain, they'd put Betsumon on it, but they're not going to put Betsumon on it. Honestly, I wouldn't either. Maybe they end the series at the end of the world. Who knows? I am hoping to see something cool and new next year. We'll see how it goes. Oh, hold on here. I did this all wrong. This should be under 20, and this should be under 10. There should be no regular under. Silly me. Actually, it doesn't look like I did it all wrong, just that little portion of it. Because, yeah, the other stuff's lining up as I was expected to. Except for you. The heck is Vextranamon's other evolution? Where did it go? Black War, Victory Gray. Where did it go? Why is it missing now? Where did it go? Data 1? Well, that's not even... No, Black War. Oh, that's where it went. Added an extra 0 there. That's what happens. There we go. That's nicer. Okay, so now we can start lining these up properly. And Victory Gray, starting with you. Okay, so 30, 40 for the green. 50, 30, 60, 50, 40. Okay, next up should be 50 for vaccine 2, 50 for virus, and 30 for you. Yep, that's right. Gammamon starts with a 40. Check. Drop that down to a 40 as well. And drop you down to a 30. And then Svart, we have... Get rid of that and extend that to 30, 50. We also need to adjust this. Oh, actually, we do have that as PU5 last. I'm guessing Metal Greymon also has PU5 last on it, so we'll need to get rid of that. Yep, there it is. Get rid of that. Save. Refresh. And how does it look now? Beautiful interconnecting lines, like a circuit board. Alright, I am very happy with that. The last little piece on this would be the coloring. So this is violet, that's what it should be. Okay, those are all correct. Lines coming out of the back are correct. So now this should be a red line. This would ideally be a red line as well, but it's green, and that's fine. Green line. This line would also be green, normally speaking. Data to data. Yeah, middle two should be green. So we'll make extra random on the indigo. Indigo, that would be virus 2. Gammammon's already good. Mametiramon. Make you data 1. So for evolution, I prefer to keep the colors of the requirement box because you see there's 2 colors going in every box. I prefer to keep the color matching the slot that it's coming from. So in this case, these are both data slots, so they should be, if data is evolved into them, they should come from the data color. So that's how I'm deciding what I'm doing right there. For ones where there are no matching attributes, I just kind of go with whichever color I think will make there be more variety on the chart, which is why I'm using indigo here, so I don't have 3 green boxes. All right, then virus 1, that works out. So that will be left alone. And Skull Gray is currently data 2. It evolves from a virus, so that's what it's going to go with. Virus 1. Okay, and then lastly, Victory Gray is a vaccine going in. That's what I want. We want the... And where possible, if the 2 slots match up, so like you see this is virus 1 and this is virus 1, and they do evolve from each other, so I'm going to go with the virus 1 coloring here instead of the virus 2 coloring, even though both would technically work. Virus 1. This one, if it has virus 2, which it does, will be made virus 2. That way there's less conflicting colors. Fewer conflicting colors, not less. Less is improper grammar. And this guy is a vaccine, so technically I should make him come from the vaccine. That is my rule. Maybe I'll make Victor Greymon yellow. He is yellow. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just keep this as red. Let's see how that looks. Actually, Svart shouldn't even be that color of red. He should be, Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Is because we have to make him a different vaccine color, and I could go with vaccine 3, but I don't think vaccine 3 is a good idea. So I'm going to make Victory vaccine 2. And that'll work out just fine. That way we have 4 colors instead of just 3 represented. Oh, I also need to change you to 2. There we go. Oh, people are asking me questions. What if Bandai made a memo in 2D without using ACOM or MMO? I'm like, what do you mean if they made a memo? I think that'd be pretty cool. I know they're currently working on a different MMO. They're working on... It's got a very non-MMO name. It sounds more like a fighting game. I don't remember what it's called. But it might be only Korean. Don't know. So it's like way too yellow, actually. No, it's fine. I'm going to leave it. But yeah, that'd be cool. How many different versions are there of Omegamon now? Oh, 5 million at least. Yeah, you've got X, Svart Defeat, regular Omegamon, Merciful Mode. You've got Alter S. You've got... what's another one? There's like another black Omegamon. And then there's Alter D? I think is another form. So, at least those ones. Colors on your site actually mean something. Yes, they do. They correspond to attributes. So warm colors are all vaccines. Shades of green are datas. Shades of violet are viruses. And shades of blue are free. That's only applicable on devices where attribute matters. So the Pendulum 20th, the Pendulum Z, and the Vital Bracelet. On the Digital Monster version 20th and X, both of those just use a specific color order that I do from top to bottom, and those don't actually mean anything other than just keeping everything nice and pretty. Oh, Joshua's got a list. X, Svart D, Omegamon, Alter... Oh, it's Alter B, not Alter D. That's the one I was thinking of. And then Merciful Mode. Yeah, so there's at least those. Is it really called Digimon Super Rumble? That is such a stupid name for an MMO. You gotta admit, that sounds like a Game Boy Advance fighting game. And I think it was. Rumble Arena. That was on the Game Boy Advance, right? Also the Metabot one. Yes, I'm very excited. The Metawatch releases on the 12th. Very stoked for that. You can see the Vital Bracelet sticking around for a while. They still have all the VBM stuff coming out. Yeah, it can still go down. Like, there's still a good amount of content they can squeeze out of it. There's not really been a virtual pet series that has lasted for that long before, so I'm interested. We'll see. Obviously, this is unlike previous virtual pets, and they could easily keep expanding it. I just wonder if they'll choose to. There's been a few hints here and there that lead me to believe that they won't, but they're very much conjecture and not based in any sound reasoning, so I'm not going to put too much credence into those conjectures, but there's been a few weird things that just seem like maybe they won't. So, the Digimon attribute is free. You think the Digimon is for free in the store? What? Digimon Online is a thing, and I think it's dead. I think there's still, like, fan-run servers for that, maybe. Masters has been going... Oh, wow, it's going to get a revamp. Yeah, that does something a lot like a fighting game. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm actually good for the night. So most of my time is spent freaking with the stupid DMX chart. I hate that thing so much. It's so complicated, and I could break everything really easy, as you saw. But we also got this done, so that's nice. We have the chart for Mad Black Roar nice and filled out. So I might fill out True Shadow Howl on my own time. And then we'll... I'm not going to add the Gammamon stuff just yet to here. Just because we don't know any of these Digimon's names yet. So without knowing their names, it doesn't make as much sense to put them on here. And in fact, I'm pretty sure my query... Let's just see. VBDM query. Yeah, where Digimon name does not equal blank. So if I don't know their name, I can't actually even include them. So... I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll just put in a placeholder name for them or something. Although I hate doing that. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Anyway, so... Yeah, I'm good now. It's cool. I'm good. Everything is good. Everything is great. I hope everyone else is good and great as well. And yeah, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. There is always stuff to talk about in the Hatchery server, so if you are around there, maybe I'll see you there. And yeah, until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.